grizzly bear is one of North America's largest mammals. It can run up to 45 kilometers per hour and weigh an impressive 1,500 pounds. The Kicking Horse Mountain Resort has the world's largest protected and enclosed grizzly bear refuge.
Well, the refuge began in July 2003. It was built specifically for two orphan bear cubs, Carrie and Boo, so named because they were born in the wild in the Caribou region of British Columbia. But they were orphaned as very young cubs when their mother was shot and killed by a poacher. Both cubs spent that first summer and fall here in this nice big natural habitat, but unfortunately Carrie passed away that first winter during his winter sleep, and so the surviving bear Boo has been here alone ever since. In June 2006, at that time, Boo was only 4 years old. June is also grizzly bear mating month. No coincidence that that's when he got out. Well, apparently we had a precocious bear on our hand because what happened was a wild female grizzly bear came down out of the mountains, approached the fence up there that you can see at the base of the next gondola tower, seduced our little adolescent bear, and well, he couldn't resist. He dug out under the bottom wire to go join her. And for the first 5 or 6 consecutive days that he was out, he was observed with that big blonde female grizzly bear. So we're virtually certain that the two of them mated, because that's typically the amount of time that mating grizzly bears spend with one another. Well, grizzly bears are a very good indicator of an excellent natural habitat. Whenever a habitat is encroached upon or polluted or fragmented by humans, then the natural native animal species tend to die out. And typically the larger species, such as grizzly bears, are some of the first to go. In Canada, it's mostly confined now to British Columbia, Yukon Territory, a little bit in Alberta, but mostly right along the Rocky Mountain spine, the border with British Columbia. But historically, grizzly bears would have extended far out onto the eastern plains through Alberta and Saskatchewan and into Manitoba. And there they would have subsisted primarily on the large bison herds. But of course, as the bison were decimated, then they have been retreating to more remote corners of the continent ever since. Okay, well, at the refuge, the greatest opportunity is to view a bear behaving much like a wild bear in a natural setting, but closely and safely. That's a pretty unique opportunity. We are a research, conservation, education organization, so we teach people a lot about grizzly bears. We like to deflate some of those myths you talk about. We like to explain the grizzly bear's natural history as much as possible. We really want to create as many ambassadors for this magnificent species as we can.
If you want to experience the Grizzly Bear Refuge, it's only a short drive across the Alberta-BC border into Golden. Thanks to Ross for a wonderful tour. For the Wildrose Experience, I'm Chas Tether.